So you keep varying the pattern as well so that you're both not stuck just going in one place the whole time. So ride lots of changes of direction. Every time you change the direction, when you're on the straight line, think for 3 or 4 strides at least, maybe even 6 or 8 strides. Make him notice your new inside leg. Make him notice your new outside rein. So the inside leg just goes push, push, push. The outside rein goes on, off, on, off, on, off. Notice me. So using your fingers to make him connect to it. And when you think, you should be able to feel it quite clearly where he feels like you've leg yielded him. So although you're still on a straight line, the feeling is a leg yield. So he's moved off the inside leg. He's moved into the new outside rein. Then you can maintain the outside rein connection. And then you say, yep, I've got him here. Now I can flex, I can bend. And then soften. Yeah, so the more you can then soften the inside rein, the rounder he can get. But he does need to notice the reins. He won't go around without a connection. Good. And there you can soften the hand. Can you feel it? Yeah. Good. Ride change of direction. Ride lots of them. But when you're riding the change of direction, you're also trying to do it through some sections of straight line. So you never make him feel hurried because he wants to hurry on the change of direction anyways. So you're trying to make your changes of direction as smooth as possible. Really well done. And then keep him on whatever line you want to ride. And as soon as you think, oh, maybe he's not on my line, you're trying to really think about keeping the weight down in your heels. So you never have to scrub him, but the second he's not on the line you want, you just turn your toe out and make him notice the spur and just give him a sideways pushing aid, hopefully just once or twice. You know, in a perfect world once, but in reality I feel when I sit on him, when I go through a corner and he's falling in on my leg, I usually have to tell him 3 times, but it's 3 times in less than 2 seconds. So it's sort of like tap, 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 and then I leave him alone again. Lovely. And every time you feel his neck get a little bit longer and he stretches forward into your hand and he drops his ears, that's the moment you have to follow. So the inside rein feels like it moves towards his ears. Yeah. And then he gets softer and softer. Feel it? Yeah. Yeah. And the outside rein, you're trying to keep a connection, but your fingers still soften so he gets a reward. Good, there he's starting to fall out. Even though he's on the rein, he's on the right rein, but there he's falling out to the left. So you just put your outside leg on. Good, see if you can keep your elbows tucked in at your sides. Good, keep the outside rein connection. Flex, bend, allow to the inside. How much better is this? Amazing, hey? You should be very proud. This is looking great. Good, then plan a change of direction, but give yourself space. Don't do it like the second I say it just because I've said it, because I don't want you to like crash him around the corner where you feel like you lose his balance. Yeah. And that's what it is, right? We're trying to keep him well balanced so that he can carry you and be on the bit in a nice frame. But if you do the change of direction too sudden, and he careens around the corner, he loses his balance and then he either speeds up or he just ends up pulling on the forehand. Good, plan your line, then think inside rein, flexes, bends, allows. Yeah, so even when you're pushing him or where you're trying to get more bend, really think it's the inside leg that creates the bend, pushing into the outside rein. So you can start with your calf. If you don't get the response and feel like you can push his rib cage up and over towards your right hand, then you use your spur. But you're trying to start with your calf first, use your heel or your spur second. Good, keep the connection to the outside rein there. And the idea being, if you can always take your spur off again, then you're teaching him to be more responsive. So it's there as a training tool, but it's not there to nag him all the time. That's really important. Good. Just watch your elbows and wrists. Think elbows just in towards your side. See if you can keep your wrists straight, thumbs on top. Now, let's have a little look at the walk. This is all going really well. I want you to walk, but just soften your hand, but walk with a big march. Big march, big march. Yes! Now, I know he comes above the bit there, but this is the start of where we just need to remind him that walk does require marching. It's not a time to just start chucking his head around and become off the aids. Yes, he's above the bit, but he's got to stay pushing from the back. Then you'll be able to ride him into more contact. But he's quick to get off he's quick to go behind the leg in the walk. And then it all comes out in his head. Again, push him around, ride a circle. There he starts to slow down. So just address the forward first. And again, you're trying to, even in walk, so do it without nagging. So if you feel that he falls behind the leg and he just goes, oh, I'm not going to walk anymore, you're trying to just tell him once, through your back, your seat, your leg, then either spur or stick and say, no, you got to march. And then as soon as he does, try to quiet your body again. Then look what happens. Yeah, now here he looks like he's going to fall out. So just close your outside leg on him, push him. More walk, more walk, more walk. This walk's too slow. Sort of lost his engine. Yes, there. Feel how you've corrected him? Good, and then change direction. We don't have to stay and walk for long, but this is just where you need to think about it a little bit of going, okay, you'll get him rounder in the walk when you get quicker and quicker to make the corrections that he stays pushing. And then you can ride your half halts. But you can't really ride half halts if the horse doesn't go forward. Otherwise, you'll just be in halt, or he'll be doing his head toss, biting at his chest thing, which is all just evasion when he's not going forward. Good, big walk, big walk. Doesn't matter if it's a small circle. He has to stay pushing. Doesn't matter if the stride gets shorter, as long as the stride has the same level of activity, but he just sort of takes less active steps. Good, more. Good. Super. Then just go back to all of your jobs. Good, elbows stay in at your side, body stays tall. So you move him off an inside leg to create the bend. Make sure he knows where he's going so he's not guessing. There he goes to fall out, so you need your outside leg. But he only fell out because you rode a very awkward shape and didn't quite have a plan of where you were going. Yeah. So that's okay. You just take responsibility for that and go, oh well, that was me. I didn't give the horse much indication of what we were doing, so he got a little bit crooked. Yeah, he has no concept about straightness or crooked. It's all human concepts. Good, ride the outside line here. So come nearly run over my knees and go deep into the corner. As you approach the corner, think he's got to push off of my right leg into my left rein. And again, left rein, right leg, left rein, right leg, left rein. Yes, amazing. Are you getting tired? Now just watch your left arm. Your left arm tends to let your elbow come away from your side. But then as your elbow comes away from your side, you compensate by twisting your wrist. Can you feel it? It probably gets quite tiring. I don't know if it's going to be clear enough on the video to see, but I'm sort of hoping. So then you end up like turning your wrist, like, see if I can find it in my own hand. You end up turning your wrist in like that. So rather than your wrist staying straight, you sort of do that, which probably puts a lot of pressure through your forearm. But if your elbow stays tucked in, then you can keep your wrist straight. And also that connection needs to start from your back, so from between your shoulder blades, so that you can use your back and your trunk muscles to help you rather than it being into your forearms and hands.